About 3 years ago, my son and I planted two tiny little 5-inch blue spruce tree saplings in our backyard. Our local Forest Service was giving them away for free, small gifts to anyone interested. No signups, no donation requests, no strings attached, just free little 5-inch tree saplings. We drove 60 miles to pick up our saplings, eager and excited at the opportunity to plant blue spruce trees in our backyard. They are a prized tree here in Colorado, absolutely beautiful when fully grown and very expensive to purchase. I certainly didn't mind the extra work involved in growing my own if it meant that I could be rewarded with such an amazing view out my living room window in a few years. At pickup, the ranger suggested that I take two saplings because he said only about 1 in every 100 survive. But he didn't know me. I was determined to get one of these babies to grow, black thumb and all. So we brought them home, picked the perfect spot to plant them, and took great care to water and protect them all throughout the summer. When winter came, I held my breath, hoping that I had done enough to ensure their survival, and imagine my delight when they both looked very much alive and healthy the following spring after the snow had melted. I was so very proud. Over the next 2 years, we took special care to nourish, water, and protect those little saplings regularly. They were the prized yard addition, and the whole family knew to guard them well. We were their loyal and faithful stewards, highly attentive to whatever nourished their growth and well-being. And by golly, those little saplings are still doing exceptionally well today, all 8 inches of them. Did you sense a bit of sarcasm there? Because it was layered pretty heavily on that last sentence. 3 years, my friends, 3 years, and they stand a whopping 8 inches tall. And I find myself so frustrated. I had envisioned 2 glorious little blue spruce trees growing beautifully in my backyard by now. Maybe only 3 to 5 feet or so, but a delightful and stunning reward for all my hard work and dedication. But as I look out my living room window, I can barely see the tops of them over the layer of protective rock that surrounds them. After some additional research, I discovered that Colorado blue spruce grows about 3 to 4 inches per year while it's young, and 12 to 24 inches per year once it has matured. But a sapling, on the other hand, takes several years to really establish well and begin to shoot upwards. And as I'm staring down at this little sapling in utter discontent, I wonder, do only 1 out of every 100 survive because of the time it takes between the planting of the promise and the fruition of the beautiful view? Does the caretaker grow frustrated like me and give up, leaving the little sapling to whatever growth it makes on its own with no attention to its needs or its nourishment? And I'm sure you can see where I'm headed with this, because it's right where God keeps taking me over and over in my life and in my calling. Sometimes God plants seeds in our heart, promises and visions for our future, and His words bring us hope and encouragement. Maybe you are praying over a broken marriage. Maybe you are praying for peace and joy in your own heart. Maybe you are praying for a divine opportunity to open up in your career. Maybe you are praying over a child that is struggling. Or perhaps you're praying for a family member that is facing a difficult season. Whatever the situation, you are faithfully giving it over to Him, and as He speaks into your circumstances, you are resting in the hope of His promises. Friends, I understand. I have many visions and promises written down on my prayer board, words that He has spoken to or over me about my life, my family, my circumstances, my calling, and or my future. I have leaned into these. I have faithfully nourished them, prayed over them, and taken care to guard them and steward them. And while I find His presence and His reassurance to be the most comforting and beautiful part of every day, sometimes I still find myself feeling tired and discouraged. Sometimes I catch myself looking over my neighbor's fence, my eyes fixed on her gorgeous 30-foot tall blue spruce trees, and wondering why I'm still standing over this 8-inch sapling. And here is what He continues to speak to my heart even today. Falling into Him, trusting Him, stepping out towards Him, and fully committing also means trusting in His all-knowing and perfect timing. Trusting that whatever He is weaving together in the details, in the quiet, in the wait, in the unseen, is better than anything I could have dreamed for myself. trusting that the space that He has made for my growth in the process is watering the roots that stabilize me and draw my heart closer to Him. Trusting that He is a good, good Father and He loves me too much to leave me here, staring at this 8-inch sapling. That He will make good on His promises, and that the growth that is taking place in the unseen will produce a more beautiful fruit and future than I could ever imagine. And that has me looped back to one of the things that we shared on week 1 of this journey. We are not expected to blindly trust or release control into the hands of a God that we don't know. Friends, He has been pouring over us for 2 weeks. He has been rewriting the words on our heart, redefining and reweaving our identity, pressing on us to see ourselves through His lenses, loved, cherished, irreplaceable in the kingdom and in His heart. He has been faithfully showing us who He is, the God who provides, the God who shows up, the God who stays, the God who heals, and the God who sees me and sees you. He sees our heart. He sees our fears and our dreams. And His love for us is beyond comprehension, beyond anything that we can wrap our heads around, beyond anything that we can imagine. And in truly allowing all of that to take root in our hearts, we begin to understand that He is a Father that we can trust with His plan over our lives, and we can trust in His timing as well. I know that waiting to see His promises realized can be hard. I know that painful seasons can feel like you struggle to breathe as you wait for His plan to unfold. I know that it can feel like some seeds are producing no fruit, regardless of how you take care to pray over them and give praise for them. But I promise you this, if God has given you His promise, then He will be faithful. Don't give up on your saplings. Keep on seeking His heart, my friends. Draw close and be near to Him. He will meet you there, and you will find a love that brings your heart peace and hope in the waiting. He will renew your strength. Keep watering what He has planted. He's there with you today. Blessings, my friends.